Okay, those of you out there that have pierced ears, you know when you haven't worn earrings for a while and then you attempt to put earrings in and you always feel like the holes have closed up and you're like, oh my gosh, this is it. This is the end. Even though I've had pierced ears for most of my life, this is the one time that my ears decide to close up the hole. I don't know what it is about this one pair of earrings that I bought, but it wouldn't go through. So I gave up and I decided to put on a sassy necklace instead. My ear really hurts though. I think I was a little too aggressive. Hello everyone, I am here today for another buy or buy. And today I'm so excited because we're going to be doing Tarte and the whole brand, or at least the products that I've had a chance to try out. This was a huge request from you guys. You guys wanted to know what the good, the bad, and the ugly were, so I'm here to lay it all out in front of you and tell you what's what. If you are new to the buy or buys, I will put a link in the cards for you guys in case you're interested in seeing the full playlist of all the different ones that I've done, whether it's new launches or full brands, collections, things like that. But what I tend to do for my buy or buys is I rate everything on an emoji scale out of 5 particular emojis as it relates to the particular brand or collection that I'm doing. I try and make them cohesive and make sense, but most of the time I just kind of choose randomly off my phone. And for brand buy or buys, I typically kind of group products, so the really good ones, the ones that I absolutely love, the products that are good but not my favorites, and then the products that just did not work at all for me. So hopefully you guys find this video helpful. If you do, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And without further ado, let's get into this. So let's start with an emoji, which I haven't picked out yet. I should have picked it out before I sat down to film. Why do I always do this to myself? Okay, I got a good one. We're gonna do the candy emoji because Tarte, sweet tarts, you know? Is that a candy where you're from? Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you know what that is. Side note on candy, Smarties are little chocolates covered in candy, and then ketchup chips are amazing. Hashtag Canada for the win. So we're gonna start with the 5 candies out of 5 products from Tarte that I have been absolutely in love with, I think are fantastic, good quality, and ones that I reach for on a regular basis. It's blue raspberry. Anything blue raspberry is the best flavor ever. I'm just saying it. I'm calling it right now. The first product from Tarte that I absolutely love is an amazing staple product of mine. I'm sure all of you already know what it is. It is the Shape Tape Concealer. This is an incredible concealer. It is industrial strength. You need a tiny little bit, and that will go a long, long way. I find them to have a very good shade range from cool tones, warm tones, neutral tones, and I've just had a lot of success with these in particular. One thing I will say about this product is it does tend to be a little bit drying under the eyes for me, so what I do to combat that is I put a little bit of a lightweight oil underneath first and let that sink in. If you want more details on how that works, I will put a link in the card section for you guys on my favorite beauty hacks, that being one of them. But other than that, it is a great concealer and I love it. Another product that I love is a whole line of their particular lip products, and these are the Quench Lip Rescues. They are amazing. If you want something that is going to give you a little bit of a pop of color, just very light, but really glossy in that nice balmy kind of way, these are amazing. You are going to love them. They have coral, they have rose, they have clear, which I use pretty much every single day. I'm already running out of it. And I use them so often. They smell great, they feel great on the lips, they're not goopy, they just feel really hydrating and soft, and they just make your lips look perfect. I am in love with these, highly recommend them. Next up is a highlight from Tarte. There's actually a couple of them that I really like and also a couple that I do not like at all. But this one in particular is one that I love and I use very, very often. If you've watched my videos before, you've probably seen this in a couple of them. And this is the Skin Twinkle Volume 2 Lighting Palette. I love the selection of colors. It smells amazing, which is just a bonus in my humble opinion. It smells like somebody's baking something vanilla and awesome, and I want to eat it right now. The pigmentation is insane. They are very creamy. They go onto the skin and give you this beautiful glow regardless of which color you use. I use these mostly on the body if I'm trying to pop the which I didn't today. What was I thinking? Let's just do that while we talk about it. It just gives you this beautiful glistening glow. If you look at that. You can already see that right there. Boom! Shoulder popping, you know what I'm saying? I use it on the cheeks, I use it on the inner corner of the eyes, I use it on the Cupid's bow, I use them pretty much everywhere. I think they're amazing, they're beautiful. The only minor thing that I will say about this product that I don't love is because they're so creamy and pigmented, anytime I tap my brush in, you do get a little bit of crumbly bits kind of falling off. It's not dusty in any way or anything like that. But I mean, like, you can see my palette has had some wear and tear over the last couple of months that I've been using it. Everything else, like, I think that's like a very, very minor thing in my personal opinion. So, I mean, I still, like, I'm in love with this palette. I think it's incredible. It's amazing. Super highlighty. In love. The other highlight that I really love is their Skin Twinkle Stick highlight, and this is in the shade Skylight. It's just a beautiful, really nice light shade. So if you have paler skin, this is a really beautiful one that blends out really nicely. It's creamy, it's not streaky, it's easy to blend out, and then sometimes I'll layer it if you really want like a really poppin' highlight. Put this on, blend it, and then put this on top. It's insane. Like, you will be glowing to other planets. It's not too thick, it's not too dry, it's not too serumy, it's just that nice, perfect balance, and I really like it. I also really love their little metallic eyeshadow singles. If you have not had a chance to go in stores and swatch these, you're missing out because it's amazing. For example, this is in the shade Speakeasy. Like, it's just like, I can't even, like, look at that. Like, I barely touched this eyeshadow and applied it, and look at that swatch. It is so blendable and creamy and pigmented and metallic, and it just looks stunning on the eyes. If you really want to make that metallicness pop, I highly recommend spritzing your brush first with like a Fix Plus or something like that to really make it pop. But I mean, it's beautiful on its own too. They have a great color selection. I love this one personally. I think this is a great bronzy shade for summertime, and yeah, they're just amazing formula. I also have a lot of eyeshadow palettes from them that I love. Some of them are fairly new to me, and some of them are tried and true ones that I have been using for a long time, probably longer than I should be using these eyeshadows. And actually, if you've been watching me for a long time, you would know that one of my first like big purchases that I ever got was a Tarte, one of their round palettes, and I was in love with it. It was the first time I came across an inner corner highlight that was light enough for my eyes and pigmented enough. So for example, one palette, this is the highlight palette, but I also have the eyeshadow minis. If you're looking for something to kind of get you in the door of Tarte and you don't want to spend too much money on them, these are, I believe, $30 Canadian, I think, so versus like some of these bigger palettes are like 60. Very expensive, good quality eyeshadows though. So if you're in the market for something like that, they are great. The other ones that I've been playing around with recently, one is the Tarte's Pro, my bad. It's a collection of matte shades as well as metallic shades. I just started to play around with this a little bit, so I don't want to say it's like an absolute favorite yet because I feel like I don't have enough, like, I don't know, I haven't used this product enough, you know? But in terms of what I've used so far, gorgeous quality. If you love matte shades and you wear them on a regular basis but you want to play with metallics, this is a nice palette to start out with. So I like it so far in what I've used of it. The next palette is the Face Shaping Palette, and the claim for this is that you can use it for contour, you can use it for brows, as well as your eyes. And so far I've used basically all of these shades on varying parts of my face. I've used them for contour. I've also used like even these shades for the crease. Is beautiful. Overall, I've had a lot of success with the eyeshadows from Tarte. I think they're highly pigmented and they're formulated well. They blend out easily. Just love them. Next up are the Tarte lip paints, which I am wearing on my lips today. I'm wearing Festival, but I have a couple of other ones that I really love as well. And these are great. They are long wearing, however, not budge proof. So I found that they started to fade every single time that I ate something, though they faded fairly well, like not patchy or clumpy or started to like pill or anything like that. They faded fairly smoothly, so that's a good thing. They feel like nothing on the lips, which is incredible. Like honestly, you put them on, it feels like a really light serum, not too watery but not creamy either. My favorite color is probably Festival, which is what I'm currently wearing. I'm wearing like a gloss on top, but like Festival is amazing. I also really like the color Bestie, which is basically your lips but better, is the best way I can describe it. It is such a beautiful neutral nude shade. And then I also really like Rosé, which is a beautiful, more of a warm tone nude, and it's also a very lovely shade, something more for when I'm wearing the warm tones on the face. So I kind of have a mix of everything. Cool tone, neutral, and warm tone. Next up are their waterproof clay pot liners. These are beautiful. I've talked about the black one, which I purchased like a long time ago. A more recent addition is brown, which is a really lovely wearable shade for me for the summertime. I really like this, and it stays put through everything. It's gorgeous on its own. It smooths over eyeshadow easily. It's just a great, great potted liner. If you like this kind of a liner, I highly recommend checking these out. These are amazing. A new one that I got is, what is it? Blue Moon. So I'm excited to play around with this one. Oh my goodness. That is amazing. I'm so stoked to put that on my eyeballs. Yes, Linda, more of that, please. Next up are the Tarte 12-Hour Blushes. I've talked about these ones before. I think these are fantastic. I think that in terms of like the full different range of blushes that I have tried, it's probably in the upper tier of them. They're pigmented without being too over the top. They're layerable and they blend out nicely, so you still get that nice punchy blush, but it's not like clowny, you know? Here I have Exposed, which is a great shade for all my pale ladies out there. I think this is a really nice mauve tone. Peaceful, more of a coral undertone, and then Fearless, which is a really nice punchy pop of pink. And I think all of these are really great blushes. I think they are fantastic. Do I have other drugstore blushes that are also beautiful? Yep, I do, but these are also really nice ones that are high quality products. Now on to the Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation. I've talked about this in a number of different videos. I found it first because I was looking for something that was going to be pale enough when I don't have any self-tanner on, just for those days when I just didn't feel like putting any on. This was the one that I found in the shade, I originally bought Porcelain, and it was a great match for me. It feels like you don't have anything on your face. It is like, I would say medium coverage. It is buildable and it smooths well over any of the primers that I've tried. It works well with the Shape Tape, and just overall a great, great foundation. If you like watery kind of foundations and that consistency, this is a fantastic one. I don't love the little like dropper thing. That's the only part that I don't love about it. I can understand why it's there, but it's super annoying. But other than that, it's fantastic and I will put up with it. And lastly, from the long list of products that I love from Tarte is their Stick Foundation. I think it just gives a beautiful radiance to the skin. It is super full coverage. It blends out beautifully. And again, one of those products that you like blend it out and it covers everything, but it doesn't feel like you have a ton of stuff on your face. The only downside to this is that I feel like there's not a lot of product in here, and I know how incredibly expensive the Tarte products can be. It's great, great quality, but that's just something to keep in mind if you are interested in purchasing it. And I think if you're using it every day and you're using a large amount, I feel like you're going to run out quite often. So that's the only watch out. But in terms of the quality of the product and using it, I think it is a fantastic one. Next up are the products that are like good. I like them. They're just not my favorites of the products that I've tried. So I wanted to talk about them. So think like the 3 candies out of 5. Like for me, it's like the yellow and the orange, like Skittles. Like I'm not mad at them. Like they're still Skittles, but they're not my favorites. Like I'm still gonna eat them anyway, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to eat them, you know? So first up is the Tarte Glossy Lip Paint. I like them. They're not my favorite glosses ever. They felt a little bit sticky, at least the ones that I have tried. I have here is Double Tap, which is more of like a dark, cool toned mauve gray. It's really pretty and it looks really nice on top of some of the, like I'll put it on top of Festival and it'll give it a little bit more of like a pinky pop. It's not my favorite gloss I've ever used, so I don't know how to categorize it. Like that's pretty much it. It's just like, it's nice and it's very pigmented and it's smooth, but it's not my favorite. Like honestly, I find that the Maybelline Vivid Hot Lacquers are just as good as these glossy products. They are also pigmented, they feel really nice on the lips, they don't feel like really sticky or gloppy, and they are a lot less expensive. So that's just my 2 cents. And lastly of the products that are like meh for me is the Rainforest of the Sea Aqua Sealer Concealer. Now, I want to say that I do really like the formula. I think the formula is fantastic. I find it's a good medium coverage. It blends out really nicely. I like the applicator, like it's very similar to the Shape Tape. But oh my goodness, it has this really strong chemically scent. I don't know if I got like a weird batch of it or something. I still continue to use it because I think that the formula is really good. The scent is a little off-putting though, just wanted to give you guys a heads up. And lastly are the products that I did not so much enjoy. These are the 1 or 2 candies out of 5. It's kind of like the Harry Potter every flavor beans. You know, sometimes you're like, this is delicious, it's cupcakes. And the next one you're like, oh, grass. Yummy. So I will start off this list with the Ready Set Radiant Skin Mist. This product, I don't know what it is, but I was spraying it on my face and I just found that it broke up my makeup in like the very specific spots where I sprayed it. I tried it with different makeup and I kind of got the same sort of effect. I didn't notice any longevity. I didn't really notice anything special about it, so I don't know. For me, this was just a pass. Next up is their Gleam Team highlighter. This is a cream and liquid duo, and this is in the shade Champagne, and oh my goodness, this is just, it's glitter, and there's no pigmentation at all. It is very, very subtle, but I was expecting it not to be, because like, look at that. It looks really, really pigmented and super saturated. And because I had so much success with the Skin Twinkle highlight stick, I was expecting a lot from this, and I just didn't see it. I just didn't enjoy the product. I think there are way better highlights from Tarte, and just this wasn't one of them for me. Another product I did not love is their lip crayons, and I initially actually used these in the worst rated products from Sephora tested video. I'll put a link in the cards in case you guys are interested in watching that video. It's pretty hilarious. So I was testing it out for the first time I was putting it on. I was like, guys, this isn't that bad. I don't understand all the negative reviews about this product. It's a little bit pully and a little bit dry, but like, I don't know, I'm just applying or whatever. And then it like broke off in my mouth. I'm like, oh, this is great. And I was trying to fill in the rest and like put it back on. It just wasn't working. It was super, super dry formula. I did not love it. The colors are beautiful, but the formula needs some work. Another highlight that I did not love is the Tarteist Pro Glow. This is their liquid highlight. I have here in Exposed and Sparkler, and these were just really sparkly. I tried mixing them in originally with my foundation. That was a big mistake. I just had glitter spots all over my face. I'm like, what happened? What did I put on my face? No, it was these. Originally, I saw that and I was like, this could be so beautiful. And then I actually like blended it out and blended it into my skin, and I was like, oh, sparkles. Awesome. And over time, the glitter would get everywhere, all over my face. It wouldn't just be on the highlight area, and I don't know. Again, there are just better highlights from Tarte. Another product I really wanted to love and I just didn't love is the Rainforest of the Sea Radiance Drops. These are supposed to be kind of an oil-based drop that you apply to the face, and it has a little bit of a sheen to it. And I tried using it as a primer. I tried mixing it in with varying foundations that are oil-based as well. And I just didn't really see much of a sheen. I mean, if you suffer maybe from dry skin and you're looking for something that's going to give like a nice like oil-based moisturizing feeling, maybe you'll like these, but I don't know. I was expecting a little bit more of a sheen for the amount of oil. It seemed like the ratio was off a little bit, so I don't know. These were a pass for me. And then the last product, which I didn't so much love and I haven't been reaching for, is the Filtered Light Setting Powder. There are a couple of reasons that I don't like this product. Number one is the actual packaging itself. Like, the powder gets everywhere and a ton of product gets out, and it's super annoying. And then anytime you close the lid, there's like big puffs of smoke because it's like it's a super micro fine powder, which is great and it looks beautiful, but if you're looking for something that's going to bake your face, this is not the powder you want. To me, this is more of like a finishing powder than a setting powder. I found it to be a little bit on the yellow side. I have powders that I personally like a lot better, and I don't know, I just haven't been reaching for this product that often. And that's everything for this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like these whole buy or buy type videos, and let me know in the comment section below what brand or collection or new launches you guys want me to do next. Don't forget to check out the full playlist for all of the buy or buys that I do. If you like these types of videos, I've done a ton of other brands as well in case you're interested. And that's everything. I hope you guys are having an amazing, amazing week so far, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Love you girls. Mwah.